Hello lovely people, welcome to the video. My name's Athena. I'm a writer working on multiple projects at this point whilst homeschooling my two girls, meet with them 24/7. I have switched to a different mic because I tried to use the little pink mics. I need to hold it in a very specific place and I can't, and I'm just, anyway, I have had the mic that I'm using currently for like 6 years at this point, and I have never used it. And I tried it yesterday and I was quite happy with the sound, so we'll see how we go. Moving forward, it is Tuesday, the 21st of July. I have just finally managed to sit down and film and talk about the fact that I finished draft one. I finished draft one. It is amazing. I finished a second book. I finished a book because no matter what, this is a book. Like it's a story, it's a book, it is a story from beginning to end. Like it is a story. Like this, it's structured as yeah. Anyway, we are now moving into preparation for draft 2. We are going to be revising. We are going to be making this better. I had contemplated sending draft 1 to an alpha reader, pretty much. However, I decided I was just going to give it to my mom. She is an avid reader. As much as she will have a lot of positives to say and try and kind of, you know, build me up in a way, she also has reading intelligence, let's put it that way, to tell me if it is an actual story. And that is what I want right now. Just tell me that it's a story. Tell me that it reads as a story, that it is intriguing, that it's like, it has a general pacing, I just want a very general, like, is it like a book you would read? Okay? Ignoring grammar and line editing and the fact that I probably use the same word 10 times on the same page, we're gonna ignore all that right now. So I did that. I decided not to send it out to someone first because I already know like a whole bunch of things that I want to add, shift, change, improve upon. So I felt like it would be pointless when I'm still working on it myself. Like when I still have something to give from my perspective first. I want to be done completely in what I think needs to be done, and then I will seek out other people's advice to kind of start then looking at it from a different perspective and kind of see it through other people's eyes, if that makes sense. So, as I said, what am I doing right now? I went ahead and printed and bound it. I am very lucky that I homeschool and I have all the binding materials and whatnot, and a very good printer that can print all of my books. So I'm very fortunate to be able to do that because I see a lot of people who have to kind of go and print it out and whatnot. I would go nuts if I had to do that. So I'm very lucky. Printed it out, so I have the printed version of my draft. I went ahead and grabbed a new pencil because, I don't know, it's just me being, I don't know, it just felt right, you know? New pencil, new eraser, as well as new little flaggy bookmarks. I have my markers. I have my markers that I used in my previous book ready to go. I was contemplating going in with like a red pen and whatnot, do the fancy things that other people do. And then I thought, is this about how other people edit their books, or is this about how I want to edit my book? I am terrified of going in with like a red pen or a bright pen onto my work. It's just, it is what it is. I want to know that I can backtrack and change and rub it out and make notes, especially at this stage where I'm making notes and then moving forward, making more notes, kind of seeing and then going back and kind of shifting, you know, that kind of thing. I want to be able to rub it out and just, yeah. So pencil it is, brand new pencil, brand new eraser, and I do love these black erasers. I have always loved them. It's a thing. My markers, what are they called? They're called something else. They're not markers, they're, what are they called? I'm having a brain freeze moment. What are they called? They're called, oh my gosh, highlighters. Oh my Lord, that was a brain freeze. Highlighters. So I have my highlighters. I have all of that set up. I have my little post-it notes for like anything that I might want to mark. And that is what I'm going to be diving into at this stage. So we're at the stage where I'm going to read through. What was I saying? Yeah, so right now that is kind of stage 1 of the revision prep. I've set up all the things that I need in order to jump into reading the book itself, reading the story itself. I'm going to read it and I'm going to start making notes and marking what I want to change. I did go into my scene cards on my Milanote and I did set up like the scene that I want to add. I did set it up. I did make notes all around the various scenes in that area. It was really funny because when I finished draft 1, I wanted to go back in and add the scene, but I couldn't think of how to add it. I don't know, it was really weird. And once I said, okay, draft 1 is done, we're moving into revisions, we're moving into developmental edit, and moving into draft 2, I suddenly had like a whole, like, yeah, I was able to brainstorm how to include it. I have little notes everywhere. So that is already done. So technically I've brainstormed and made notes as well as created an outline of the scene. So I have an outline of the scene as well as ideas for how to kind of add it into the already existing scenes, if that makes sense. So that has already been done. I am now going to be moving into going through the entire story, marking it up, adding notes, thoughts, all that kind of thing. I will be kind of cross-referencing any minor notes that I have made as I was writing the draft 1, because I did have like a couple little notes that I did add to each scene as I was kind of writing, not each scene, to some of the scenes. So I will be adding those to the written version as well, because this is what I'm going to be referencing when I go into my actual Scrivener document and transferring notes and brainstorming how I'm going to add and fix and etc. Then once the reading and writing up is done and I have clarified any other scenes I might want to add, I know all the scenes that I want to add, I've sorted all that out, I will fix up my scene outline in my little Miller noteboard, and then I will be diving in and setting up brand new scene cards for my board up here. And the board up here is mostly, I just like having a visual of my story and a visual of like, oh, I'm halfway through or I'm that way, you know, like it's just like a visual kind of representation of what I'm working on. So that's gonna happen later. That's the last thing that's gonna happen pretty much. I'm gonna set up the board, and once the board is set up, that basically signals that we are starting draft 2. We are diving into writing draft 2. At this point, I am at the preparing, revising in order to get to draft 2. So we are working through draft 1. And hello. What's wrong? Downloading. Okay, I'm coming now. Okay, so I'm gonna go have to tend to lunch right now. I also need to clean my glasses. I have been doing this, like, and I just realized that this, yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna persevere at this point. So we are at the stage where we are preparing for draft 1. I'm doing all the things to get ready for draft 1 before draft 2, actually, sorry. Preparing for draft 2, what am I even talking about? We are preparing for draft 2. And that is beyond exciting. Now, I do have a delusional goal as to when I want to start draft 2, when I want to finish draft 2, how I want this entire book to go. The general overarching goal, I think it has been since I started the story, is that I want it to be ready by the end of this year. It may be delusional, it may happen to kind of roll into like January of next year. That's kind of fine. I'm not, you know, but the overarching goal is I want it to be done by my birthday. Like I want it to be a ready book that can be queried in the new year. Okay? Okay. With that being said, it is the 21st of July. I believe it won't take me too long to tackle the things I need to tackle before diving into draft 2. I think it is Tuesday. It'll probably take me, I don't know, maybe 2-3 days. Let's say by the end of the week, because life, right? And then how long would it take me to edit? Again, the delusional part of me is kind of like, I want this done by the end of August. Like, can I finish draft 2 by the end of August? Is that a thing even? The more rational side is kind of like, I feel like I should give myself 2 months. Kind of like I gave myself with the draft, like with draft 1, like I gave myself 2 months. I finished it sooner because I said I want to do as much as possible. So a part of me is kind of like, I should allow myself until the end of September, with of course the caveat of like, I want to do as much as humanly possible every single day. So if I finish it sooner, that is perfectly fine. But the ultimate goal is then. I don't know. Okay, people are calling me, everyone is calling me. Okay, I was interrupted and I have no idea where I left off. The crux of it is we are moving on. We are starting prep for draft 2. So I'm gonna end the video here, and this is what I'm planning on doing basically. Draft 1 is done, we are prepping for draft 2. We are reading through, marking it up, setting up scene outlines, all the fun things. We are diving in and we're gonna prep for draft 2. With the tentative goal, today's the 21st. I'm just gonna put this on the end here and whoever sees it, 21st, so that would be 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Ideally, I would like to, like 27th of, like Monday the 27th of July, I would like to be starting draft 2. If not sooner, much sooner. we shall see. I will see you in the next video, which will be the vlog of just starting prep and all that.
Knocked at the door.
No one's knocked at the door.